Okay, so I wanted to show you how I dispense my hay without overstraining myself. So you see I've cut the strings. I'm going to tie these two with knots into a knot. So now that's tied into a knot. Then I'm going to separate like 4, 5, 6 legs off, depending how big the bale is. And I'm just going to roll it up. Okay, see how it exposed those strings? I'm going to reach in, I'm going to grab those strings, pull them out this way, and now I'm going to tie those in a knot. So now they're both tied in knots. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab both strings, right? So make sure that's kind of straight. See, it's twisted. We don't want that. Okay. I'm going to grab both strings. I'm going to flip this bale up on its end. And then I'm going to pull this one through till they're both even in the middle here. And now, as you can see, I have a sling, a very carryable suitcase. I would equate it with those big laundry bags. You ever see those big laundry bags where you kind of have to lay it against your calf, or the side of your knee and walk with it like this, right? But that's so much better than carrying the whole bale and then having to go back and forth to each, to get another flake. Those are going to sit here because this is kind of the halfway point of where I'm going to put my hay today. So when I come back from going to my farthest point with the hay that I have with the sling, I'm going to just stop, grab that, and head that way, dispensing those. And because it's a smaller pile, it's more manageable in hand, right? So let's go ahead and head this way. It's a little windy, so I'm going to stay say the wind's coming out of the north, I'm going to stay to the north side of where I'm going to put my hay. So as it blows, I don't put it like on a fence over there, because then it'll just blow right under the fence. But you just open the strings. I usually just do it with, I'm obviously holding the camera too, but I open the strings like that, flip one out. Usually goes smoother because I open both strings at the same time. Flip one out and keep on walking, right? Walk about, 10, 15 strides, open the strings, flip one out, keep on walking. Once you get to your farthest point, you're empty-handed. You get a nice, comfortable walk back to that other stack that, like I said, is much more manageable. And you just drop the rest of the hay that you're planning on dropping on your way back to the gate. So anyway, I've always wanted to show that, but I always do this in the dark. Today I happen to be doing it in the daylight, so I was able to show it. All right, I'm gonna drop my last 2 flakes here. Oh, I'll show you one more thing too, actually. So I'm as far as string safety. Actually, I think I might need 2 more flakes in that. If there's 2 more, yep, there's 2 more. Okay, so now my last one. You don't even have to bend down for the last one. You can just throw it ahead of you, and it flies off. Okay, now for string management, you want to make sure this doesn't accidentally get left out here, right? But let's just say you're doing multiple paddocks, and putting your strings away isn't a practical thing to do. I'm trying to balance you between my legs here. Okay, so what I do is I bring the knots all there, right? And then I loop it once. Okay, and the trick is to keep this loop piece here even with the knots. So you have a nice, because what I'm showing you I'm going to turn it into a bracelet. Okay, tie this in a knot. And then you're going to open this. See, if I had not managed the loops correctly, this would be way up here and I wouldn't be able to have a nice open space there. So, kind of like lesson learned over time. And then I have 2 loops. I'm going to run it right up and over my arm. And now I have little bracelets. And by having these bracelets, I have guaranteed knowledge of where my strings are. So when I get back to the barn, I just peel them off my arm and throw them in the garbage. Okay, so I'm going to go get this last stack, drop them, and put some horses out. This looks like ice. Yes, it has like an icy film, but it's actually more of a slushy with a crunchy top. So they'll easily break through this, but I'm not gonna like deliberately put them in it. You can see even a cat or the fox broke through it, but see, yes, it looks like ice, but it's more slush than ice. But I'm not gonna encourage them to stand on it. I'll go ahead and grab this. Actually walked more than 15 feet, so I'm going to walk one back a little bit or throw one over. And I'm going to grab this and head on in. All right, I hope that was helpful. It's just an easy way to manage one bale of hay if you're the only person distributing it. Have a great day.